parking lot on smash. Plus I got a 7 with a 4, with a 4 in the hood. Got 125 on the dash.
I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far.
This is just another day in the life of the goddamn boss.
Go by the name of Weezy FN. I'm walking out the barrel store with 10 bags. Fly as a mother girlie on my table. Cause her friends say I'm a dummy sucker. Don't go below the navel. I'm up in Little Haiti. I'm blowing on Jamaica. I'm in a pepper beamer. I'm with a salt shaker. Now I'm in Dead Connie. I see some dicks. I try to holler at them, but they all trick. I think Trina sexy. Mama, your wine fine. And on the hush. We need some quiet time. Yeah, I'm a ride man. The Birdman's boy. He on cash money. I free on cash money. Yeah, I put her on cash money. She start wobbling that ass for me. She start modeling. She see the models in the Maybach. She call me Weezy F baby, and she make sure she say that.
It's short and straight digging me, and I ain't even rich. I know you looking on the sideline like ain't that a I'm on my job, and I ain't getting out, cause it's just another day in the life of the goddamn boss.
Enough is enough! I have had it!
Why so serious?
And we hold the world ransom for
Wayne Gandy. Excuse me while I whip this out. Show me the
Broadcasting live from the Armada FM studios in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy.
You may fill me up, yeah, can you fill me up, yeah? You won't break me down, I've come to party, yeah, I've come to party. Let's just throw in the town, it's a new day, I'm a new bird, yeah, I'm gonna go all the way. You may fill me up.
Welcome once again. You're listening to the Sports Jock Show. I'm the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy. How are you doing today? How was your weekend? Were you lonely like the Sports Jock? No football to comfort you and snuggle with? Are you going through withdrawals? Not knowing what to do with 12, 18 hours a day of no college football, no NFL football. It's almost over. Super Bowl 48 coming this Sunday. Patriots. No, not the Patriots. Who's playing? Oh, what's those teams? Oh, Denver and the withdrawals. I tell you, I'm so just been messed up. I don't know what to do. I wanted to cry Saturday morning. I had nothing to look forward to. But we are here, and it's time to do a show. And I'm ready to run my mouth for the next 3 hours. Me and my counterparts. We have lemon water in the studio. Yes, lemon water and the Sports Jock. You would think you was in Turks and Caicos, but we're just in a barn that probably used to house slaves back in 1830. But that's what it's going for around here, you know. We got cannolis to my left. I'm not a cannoli man, but I am going to try one because one of the assistants here stopped on her way from her boyfriend's house this morning. I smell his scent. That is Creed 108. I used to own a bottle of that. It is resonating very loudly with her this morning. This week on the show, the Sports Jock has been told that he cannot talk about certain subjects because he's not old enough to talk about sex and things like that. So we are on a no sexual conversation for the week because we know you as listeners would be appalled. Great timing there. It's funny, we can't talk about sex, but we have a DJ named Massengill. Very, very interesting what they do to the Sports Jock. I'm going to give you a DJ named after a sex product, but I'm not going to let you play or talk or show sexual content. But we have a great show for you today. We're going to jump on Richard Sherman. We're going to talk about Peyton Manning. Baseball is in 2015. They're starting to put metal detectors in some of these stadiums. We're going to talk about that, the NBA, and the Olympics. We have our intern, Lydia. She's going to come and tell me, don't be shy back there. It's okay. I know you're from Ethiopia, but that's close. That's closer than Haines City is to Soki. I'm sure it is. We don't even have an airport. Did y'all have an airport in Ethiopia? Yeah? Yeah, okay. That's good. I heard that. Well, I am here. I'm sitting here with two of the finest people I know. The funny man himself, Big Kenny, is in the building. Good morning to you, Big Kenny.
Good morning, Mr. Sports Jock, sir.
Did you get the mandate of no sexual references?
Yes, so I will not be speaking much today.
So no...
Because every other word out my mouth is a sexual reference. Although I have found a coping mechanism, since we do have live Ustream, instead of making sexual references, I will just be making sexual gestures all day.
Okay.
So you'll see me doing this a whole lot. I mean, because that hasn't been banned yet, has it?
Not that I know of. It's not on my list of banned activities.
So there we go. That's what I got to offer all day for the show. That and
well, thank you for your contribution up front. I would like to thank you for your contribution.
You're very welcome, sir. I appreciate that. I just want to help.
And to his right, I guess I cannot use the satellite number 2 reference. From Alabama. I mean, you can't even introduce her without talking, polls and
I don't know
and
what
stroll
you're
lights.
talking about today. This is very, very confusing for me as to how I'm supposed to participate with commentary.
Good morning, Marky.
Good morning.
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
We have a good show for you. First of all, before I go any deeper into the show,
any further
into the show,
yes.
I'm trying to break a bad habit. How many of you out there have already went back to French fries and alcohol?
Yeah.
How many of you? It's only been 27 days, and you're already back to the French fries and alcohol.
Never stopped.
I know that day you told yourself, no alcohol in 2014, no French fries. How many of you have already broken those resolutions? You're going to go ahead on and testify that you have?
I testify I never stop, nor will I ever. Can't stop, won't stop. Hashtag.
Okay, P. Diddy. Won't stop. Mace.
I know.
Mace and P. Diddy back together.
Take
Is that correct?
that. I saw, they did
Saw a little clip
performance.
over that. We're going to talk about the Grammys as well. Get a little Justin Bieber update in the show as well. Big Kenny, have you broke a resolution, or did you set any?
I don't believe in resolutions, man. Because all the health resolutions seem a little bit contrived. If I want to stop smoking cigarettes, it's March, and I'm like, it's starting in 2015. I'm not gonna smoke, so I'm gonna kill myself for the next 7 or 8 months, and then at the end of the year, this heroin is out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Throw this needle away.
Right. I'm gonna just give it up cold turkey come December 31st, and then all of the like my personal character issues, I kind of figure I am who I am by now. So
I heard that. Well, we're going to start off with something nice. Last week we started off with Kellen Winslow and Target and Vaseline. That segment got graded an F when I got my rate report back, because they couldn't believe at 9 a.m. Vaseline could be talked about.
But what they don't understand is they see the F as a deterrent.
It motivates me.
We see it as, yeah.
I'm used to being talked down,
If we can only get a minus after that, we're going to be
because he
we'll
thinks
be
that
on track.
He thinks that he is tough talk. He thinks but he doesn't understand. My first football coach in the 8th grade, he went to jail for like 15 years for child molestation. I mean,
Was his name Sandusky?
it wasn't against boys. It was against the 8th grade girls. But He thinks he's talking down to me. Imagine what a man, as a football coach in the 8th grade,
would
say to you, who's doing other 8th graders. I mean, you know.
Boy, you lucky you ain't cuter than you are.
So he thinks he's really giving me tough talk on Wednesday. That scares me. Real quickly.
Gandy, you got some rosy cheeks. You lucky your smile is bright, boy.
Real quickly, something I have been holding on to, I meant to get 2 or 3 shows ago. Based on information from the FBI, for you people that are into horoscopes, cancers, if you're a Cancer, you're the most arrested criminal.
It's because it's contagious.
Just so you know, if you're a Cancer, everybody's not into the zodiacs, but if you're a Cancer, you are the most arrested criminal according to the FBI. This isn't GBI or this is FBI.
This ain't for you little local thugs.
Yeah.
This is for straight up Fed time G's.
They did a report. Cancers were number 1. Taurus are the second sign that is the most criminal, and Sagittarius people are 3rd.
I'm making notes for my dating history future. Whatever.
Cancers are notorious for being passion killers. They tend to kill many times and leave some type of markings on the bodies of their victims that distinguish them from other killers.
Markings on the bodies that distinguish them, like knife, gunshot wounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much of an overachiever do you have to be that you're gonna kill somebody and then leave like, Kilroy was here? What do you? Your
Is
initial?
there like graffiti on the bodies?
You come up with a serial killer symbol.
These killers are generally seen as mentally unstable. Yes.
Because all of them are stable if you kill someone.
Taurus are usually involved with money laundering. They are often seen as clever and can enjoy their crime without the interference of others. Sagittarius folks are thieves, robbers, and con artists. They generally don't hurt their victims unless it gets to what they need.
Boo.
So those are the top 3. I will break down some of the other signs when we come back. Just remember, if she says she's a Cancer. Oh, wait. Oh, Lydia's a Cancer?
And my boyfriend's a Taurus.
Yeah, she do look like she'll kill somebody. We'll be back more of the Sports Shock Show in a minute. We're going to jump into Super Bowl 48, Richard Sherman, and much, much more right after this.
Hey, never miss another show. Get the Sports Jock wake-up call at 9 a.m. Sign up at thesportsjoc.com.
More of the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy coming up next.
It's not always easy being a dad.
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
What? What do you mean she's not coming?
But it's always worth it.
It's the fairy princess!
It is I, Groove Zinklebell.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better. And kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor. Because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
You are a waste. A loser. Everyone hates you. Why don't you just stay in your car and keep driving? I'm serious. Drive until you run out of gas, then get out of your car and walk until you find someone who doesn't think you're dumber than bricks. Could take a while, but at least all that walking might burn a couple of calories.
You may not witness bullying like this every day. Your kids do. They want to help, but they don't know how. Visit stopbullying.gov to learn safe, simple ways your child can help stop bullying. Be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
Your busy lifestyle demands performance. Energy drinks and shots can be an acquired taste and can cause jitters, crashes, and even stomach discomfort. The new 8-Hour Energy Patch is the natural, sugar and calorie-free alternative to energy drinks, shots, and even coffee. It's the only energy that sticks. Just 2 time-release patches will keep you going at work, the gym, or even a night out. No unpleasant taste, jitters, or crashes. For a 12-hour boost, just add another patch. For only 4 hours, use one. You're in charge. Visit 8hourenergy.com for more info and your free sample. Do not exceed 3 patches per day.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
In the red zone.
And we'll never be royal. It's a running out of blood. That kind of love just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me be your ruler. You can call me Queen Bee.
Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. If you watched the Grammys last night
Let me live that fantasy.
and you was confused about what Lloyd was doing, I was too. I didn't know what kind of what she was on, but she kept doing that motion. And you know, maybe somebody can call in and tell me what that means, but you know, she did that her whole performance. 888-926-7562. I am the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy. You are listening to the Sports Jock Show. Super Bowl 48 will be this Sunday. We think. Ticket prices for the Super Bowl are headed south. They are not going up. They are actually going down. The snow. Nobody wants to sit out in the snow. Remember, this is more of a corporate game. About 2/3 of the stadium is sold to corporate sponsors. Even has had a guy out of New Jersey suing the NFL because he says that the NFL basically doesn't release any tickets to the public, which is an interesting point. Only about 2% of the tickets are actually for sale to the public. The rest goes to the teams, and then they divvy them up. But basically what happens in a Super Bowl is that Home Depot and Coca-Cola and Verizon all buy about 2,000 seats apiece, and they go. That's why there's never any crowd noise. If you ever watch the Super Bowl, you never really hear the quarterback screaming anything because there's no fans' favorites like that. So it should be a great Super Bowl. Someone asked me who will win. I told them I have to wait on the weather. This is one of the few games that you kind of have to wait to see how the weather is going to go. Why do you say that, Sports Jock? Because the worse the weather is, the better the Seahawks' chances are. It's hard to throw the ball and run routes on a wet, slippery field. The Seahawks are more basically made for cold weather. Why? They play in Seattle. Denver plays in the cold as well, but snowy conditions will give the running team and the better defense, which is the Seahawks, a better chance. One of the hottest topics last week was Richard Sherman and his rant, something that we talked about last Monday. Richard Sherman since then has done a lot of public speaking. One thing that he did do was stand up for what he said about Michael Crabtree, that based on how he has played against Crabtree is mediocre. I think a lot of people thought he was going to backpedal on that point, but he did not. He has been talked about on all types of levels from the point that he is a thug. I don't know. He wears his hair maybe like the Indians used to do back in the 12th century or whatever, when thugs, that term is a Hindu term. It's a Hindu word for thug, thief, for you people that don't know. They were thuggy. They were just running across India, not the Indians here. You have to make sure people don't get it confused. You say Indians and they think
It's a dot, not the
Sitting Bull and Moon Rising. No, we're talking about, give me some of that Indian voice over there, Big Kenny.
We're talking about the Indians that own the Howard Johnsons. We have 2 BP gas stations, we have a Howard Johnson's, and we own the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes, they do.
Yes, we do. We have all of these things, my friend. We have all of these things for you today on special, yes.
But one thing that you will see in this Super Bowl, and you might see it at the pregame, Richard Sherman, who has a deal with Beats by Dre headphones. I don't know if y'all saw the headphones. Do we have a picture of the headphones? These are the headphones that will be given out at the Super Bowl. They come in their case.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when do you wear gold-plated? You're going to get somebody knocked off at the baggage claim.
Seriously.
I mean,
For real?
Yeah, I'm serious. Like, that's just for G5. That's just for flying by yourself. You fly into the wrong airport, and the cabbie gonna get you. They're estimated to be worth $25,000.
And each player gets...
Yes.
Okay. Well, but they can't pony up no money for concussion research.
Yeah.
But they can come up with about $300 million worth of...
I think Beat by Dre is going to give these out. I don't think the NFL are giving these out.
You know that Richard Sherman, he's the new Beats by Dre guy. He gave the whole team some encrusted Seattle Seahawks, the encrusted Beats by Dre's.
Yeah, we were going to get to that point. We were going to get to that point. And why do you have on that cap in my studio?
Because it's
You look more feminine
Carolina
than I
week.
do.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech, we got Tech this week. So.
She said you look more
Feminine than I do.
Yes, he
I'll repeat
does.
it.
But those are the new headphones that will be given out at the Super Bowl. As you can see, very nice looking Beat by Dre's, $25,000. I think on that side right there in that gold panel it says Super Bowl, correct? What does it say right there?
Yeah.
Super Bowl, something like that. Okay, so
Um,
I know the players are excited. It's funny how don't think that rich men don't get excited about free gifts.
Everybody gets
they
excited.
love that kind of stuff. So.
I got a question, Sports Jock.
Go ahead.
With in entertainment, when you are a presenter or a performer on an awards show, they get gifts. We call it swag, stuff we all get. And in these gift bags, sometimes are very nice gifts, like the Beats by Dre. You might get an iPhone or something that's new technology.
Mm-hmm.
But now they have it where you have to report that on your taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
It's no longer just a gift and you can write it off. Do they have to do the same thing in pro football?
I would imagine so.
Because that's a pretty hefty
I don't
gift,
know.
$25,000.
Yeah.
And that's just one gift. Then they probably got a few watches.
But are we selling them? I think we would have to research to see whether they are actually.
Well, I mean,
I can make you something and give it to you.
Well, entertainers aren't. Oh, you're saying, are we receiving gifts that they sell on the retail market,
Right.
or are these just custom made?
Custom
gifts?
made.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know whether this will be something they're selling or this is just a custom made.
We need to do some research on that because I know that.
No, I totally get what you're saying.
Right,
it's almost like winning something on a prize show.
Yeah,
Right,
You have to pay taxes.
Yeah.
I know. The couple bowl games I went to, and we didn't have to show that. I'm trying to figure out who and how this is really being given.
Yeah.
Some reports that says that Richard Sherman
Yeah.
basically gave it to them. Some is saying that Beat by Dre. I don't know if this is just something.
Because that used to be part of the.
I don't see them selling. I don't see them selling these.
No, I don't think it's a retail item you could
I can buy a
buy.
studio for $25,000.
Right. I mean, because it used to be a time when being on one of those shows as a presenter or something, that was the incentive. I can't wait to get on one of these shows and get one of these gift bags. Now, these gifts tally up to sometimes almost $100,000, and everybody's like, no, you know, I don't need any gifts.
Right, like the Grammys last night. Whoever presents
gets something, and so, you know, but now you got to pay for that.
Right.
Whatever it was.
So speaking of gifts at the Super Bowl.
Valentina, can you... You got this look like, don't ask me to look that up. That's how she's looking at me.
all my gifts is free.
I think she was more afraid of you were going to give her a gift.
Before we go any further, hold that right there, Marky.
Okay.
Let me show you this Richard Sherman reenactment by these two kids. If you remember the interview from last week of Richard Sherman with Aaron Andrews, these two kids did a reenactment of that. Here we go.
Richard, let me ask you. The final play. Take me through it. Well, I'm the best corner in the game. I'm the best corner in the game. I'm the best corner in the game. When you try me with strong receiver like Crabtree, would you try me with a crabby receiver with Crabtree? With a star receiver like Crabtree? That's the result you're going to get. That's the result you're gonna get. Don't you ever talk about me! Don't you ever talk about me! Who's talking about you? Who is talking about you? Who is talking about you? Crabtree! 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 Don't you ever open your mouth about the best! Don't you open your mouth about the best. Or I'm gonna shut it for you real quick! Or I'm gonna shut it for you real quick. Or I'm gonna shut it for you real quick! Or I'm gonna shut it for you real quick! LOB.
That is a reenactment. This thing got big. I've never saw such a short interview. And everybody had weighed in on it. Like, you know, he's a thug. He should be embarrassed. Richard Sherman, as a lot of you may or may not know, is a graduate of Stanford. He was a high school All-American football, and he was a 4.2 student. He has graduated, not just he's going to graduate. As some people have said, even we're going to talk about LeBron James later. I don't know if you can be a thug. They call thugs from Stanford with a degree. You know what their real name for them are?
Accountants.
Graduates.
Politicians.
Interesting.
If you really want to know. You just, I mean, politicians. Come on, Big Kenny. Harvard grads or thugs, but they call themselves
politicians.
Politicians. Because nobody can steal from you.
Like a politician can.
Like the federal government.
and then if you make them mad, they'll block off a bridge. What? Okay, see if you get out of town.
They will arrest you if you don't give them their money.
Yes, they will.
Forget that. That's Wesley Snipes. They put you in jail. You don't give them their money. But we'll come back. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl 48 in a minute. But when we come back from break, my man D Ford, Auburn DN, the MVP of the Senior Bowl. We're going to have him on the show in just a second. So sit back, relax, enjoy the show. 888-926-7562. We'll be back after this.
Hey, wake up with an NFL star. Visit thesportsjoc.com and sign up for our free Monday morning wake-up calls. We'll get you up and get you out at thesportsjoc.com.
Oh, yeah!
More of the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy coming up next.
Remember when your neighbor found us naked in the car, and the time some outdoor action got us kicked out of the park? Getting frisky in the dark, I gave your eye a poke. I think the dog is also in the bed. Do I smell smoke? You and me. We never give up, you and me. We never ever ever give up. Getting hot and heavy with the whipped cream that we bought, undressing in the kitchen and then getting caught. So many things can go wrong, but we still can get it right. You and me, we're not gonna give up tonight.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Visit bedsider.org to compare all the choices and put the bogus myths to bed at bedsider.org.
Boy, we got options tonight.
Brought to you by Bedsider and the Ad Council. Bedsider.org.
Sassy! Sassy!
This week's episode, Rattlesnake at the Pond.
Oh, Johnny, skipping rocks at the pond sure is fun. Hey, look, a moving stick. That ain't a stick. That's a rattlesnake. Sassy, we're in danger. Good idea, Sassy. Go get Mr. Gunderson. You will in a second, but first you'd like to tell us something we may not know about animal shelters in the United States? It's getting close, Sassy! Approximately 8 million pets enter shelters each year? The majority of which are in shelters because of owner-related issues that the animals have no control over? Sassy the rattlesnake! Save us, Sassy! What, Sassy? You wish you were videotaping this? Sassy!
Sassy is brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org. Remember, adopt.
Hey, over here.
What?
Right here in the back.
Where?
Over by the fence.
You? The bike?
Yeah, the bike. Right in the grass where the kids left me a while ago. You know how lonely it is being left day after day, not being able to cruise the reservation?
Pardon me?
Remember when you got me for the kids? You told them, no, you kids go have fun, enjoy the outdoors, and be careful.
Yeah?
I really miss it, especially when they put that playing card in my spokes, and I made a really cool sound the faster we went. Well, could you get my tires a little air, dust off my seat, and remind the kids how fun I still am?
Okay. Oh, you are dusty.
Yeah, and I may need a couple of bolts tightened too. Now let's go.
As Native American parents and caregivers, our encouragement to healthy lifestyles for our kids is helping them get outside and play. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov/Indian Country. Brought to you by USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
Now, it's time to present the Jock of the Week on the Sports Jock Show, where we highlight an exceptional athlete that has taken their game to the next level.
I can't wait till I get you on the floor.
Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. I am the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy. The 2014 Senior Bowl was held in Mobile, Alabama. Something that the Sports Jock played in like 2 years ago. I was in the Senior Bowl.
That was the Senior Citizens Bowl. You played twice. You played twice.
Oh, I played twice?
You just couldn't remember the first time. It was so long ago that you can't remember.
Well, it felt like 2 years ago. Can I say it that way?
when you played in it, it was called the guys in their last year of college bowl.
When they used to play against the pros. People don't even remember the Senior Bowl. Seniors used to play against, when they started, they would play against the actual pro team, and now they got all the Pro Bowl. We're going to talk about that. But our guest today was the MVP of the Senior Bowl. He also is an alumni of my great university, the Auburn Tigers. Good morning to you, Mr. D. Ford.
Good morning, man. Good morning, man. How y'all doing?
We're doing good. You're on the line with Big Kenny, Marky, and myself. Thank you for calling in. Let me read something to you before we talk to you. It says, D. Ford, impressed with a chiseled body at 6'2", 243. Chiseled. You don't really get chiseled in your bio that much, D. Doing his workout, he was unstoppable. Doing practices, showing burst and bend and closing speed. Ford's dominant week boosted his stock. At least a full round could jump into the top 32 selection. You took what I text you to heart there, D.
I took it to heart, man. When you put in a lot of work into something, man, it just propels you, especially with the competition, man, and the opportunity. I had to take advantage of the opportunity. A lot of people had me coming in, man, telling me, maybe you were a third round, fourth round guy. I took that to heart. I put in a lot of work, to really come up short. I was like, maybe I ain't done enough, So I came in with my hair on fire, man. I was able to get some things done.
And that was your attitude in this game. Kind of reflected the attitude of the Auburn team this year too. That kind of, we don't get enough respect it seemed to be that same kind of drive.
Definitely, man. I just remember after that Bama game, on the way back, we had a lot of time to sit with each other and talk about, what we had been through. Because people don't get it twisted, that was a hard thing to go through, especially with a lot of off-the-field things that we had going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, we just sat and talked about the work we was going to put into once we got back. We had a big chip on our shoulders, so we took it from the spring workouts, man, and we really just started working, man. I think I really commend these boys for really holding up to their word, because they told me I'm an older guy, so I said, well, I'm gonna hold y'all to it, and we just got down, we got back to work, the Auburn way, the way we got to where we are now. So
for you that don't know, D Ford was also on the national title team at Auburn a couple years ago. D, looking at the season, before we talk about the pro career that's coming in front of you, real quickly, which play do you think would you rank to be number one? The catch against Georgia or the return against Alabama?
I have to say the return against Alabama. Mm-hmm. Because no matter how many games you win, you beat Alabama, you good.
You hear that, Big Kenny? I know Southern Miss never do that, but
hey, man, we ain't talking about Southern Miss right now. We did beat Alabama once, though.
Go ahead, D.
But yeah, you can go 3-9, but if you beat Alabama, we might overlook that season. So this is how it was, man. That was a big thing. That was an unbelievable play, man. So.
Right.
And the way it unfolded, I don't even think people realize. It was like, I think we walked out to block the field goal, and I think they realized that the guy was going to kick it short, so we called a timeout. At first, we had Ryan Smith in the back to field the kick, but we called a timeout. We put Chris in the back. He's like, well, we're going to try to return this thing, and Chris said, I'm going to take it back. If he kick it short, I'm going to take it back. So we just took it from there, man. I really didn't think it was going to unfold the way it did, but it happened, so
right.
People want to call that a thing of destiny. No, we planned that. Preparation meant opportunity at that time. So.
Amen, brother. Thank you for that play.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mark.
Seriously.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, speaking of hard work and everything, I know that our Atlanta Falcons coach, Mike Smith, he said that he had a hard time blocking you in the first half, so they had to put 2 people on you in the second half. Did that change the way that you were playing the second half a little bit? Were you trying to get a little bit more competitive and a little bit tougher in the game?
Oh, definitely. Second halves are the most crucial times of the game. So I definitely came into that thing.
I saw what...
The South... Go ahead.
I was going to say, I saw what you did to Logan Thomas. That was brutal. I mean, he's 6'6", 254, and you knocked his butt to the ground.
Well, I mean, that's just part of the game. I just wanted to have fun. I came into the whole Senior Bowl, I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't focus on that, if that makes sense. I didn't put any type of stress on myself, because I think if you came into this thing trying to be a superhero, you're gonna start doing things that were out of your character, or out of your game. I just came to this thing. I knew what I brought to the table, so I just came to the thing and was trying to be myself, play with a lot of energy. Man, this South squad, let me tell y'all, we came together as a team. That was an amazing thing. The Jaguars coaching staff did an amazing job coaching us. I really think. The Jaguars' energy really it really set home on us as far as players, and we fed off of that throughout the week. That helped me also in my performance because it was just a great environment the entire week.
So who are you impressed by on both of the teams?
As far as players,
yeah.
Who was I impressed by? Well, of course, I expected Chris. Chris balled out. Chris did a great job on special teams and defense. But Telvin Smith, he did a great job on defense. And Christian Jones did a great job on defense. Them two stood out to me, especially when I played against them. They played for Florida State, so I gave them a hard time. But we actually played together on the South squad, and just to see, that they came with the same energy we came with, and actually came with some leadership, that stood out to me. So, Telvin Smith, Christian Jones.
Hey, D, good morning. This is Big Kenny. You spoke earlier about seeing it as an opportunity to really stand out and shine. You said when you went in, people had you projected as maybe a third-round pick. Are there some guys that come to the Senior Bowl feeling like or already knowing that they're going to go high in the draft and they're not really playing as hard, fearing being injured or somehow impacting their potential future pro careers?
I heard things in conversation, and sometimes when a guy would speak to us and was just like anybody, he asked us one time, a guy came and spoke to us, he's like, anybody who thinks they're going first round. I raised my hand. And I think it was two guys who raised their hands. And then after that, he's like, well, who's going second or third? And then most of the room raised their hand. And I think they came in with the mindset kind of, I don't know for sure, but maybe they were, settled for what round they were going. I was, like I said, I put in work, and I know, where I land, and I know my talent, and I know that I belong in the first round. So, I just had that mindset, once I came to the Senior Bowl.
And then the sports jock texts you telling you to do what there, D? Go on, give your boy some love, man.
Hey, he said represent, man. He told me to represent. He told me the world was going to be watching,
Introduce the world to D Ford.
Introduce the world to D Ford.
Yes, sir.
You know what? That scrimmage, that game was nothing compared to those practices. Man, those first three practices, man, were really good for me. And I had a lot of fun out there. And I appreciate that, man. That really propelled my mindset. You know what I'm saying? I just came into that thing, and that's just the Auburn way, to me. It was nothing different, man. We had guys who went home after the first 2 days. They weren't used to the grind like that.
Right.
It was a tough week, but like I said, I just had my mindset, to really go out this thing and work, and it just worked out for me.
Well, D, we were proud of you, man, and can't wait to see how this off season going into the draft goes for you. I need you to go in the first round because I want to spend some of that new money. Cause
Hey, what you talking about? Hey, you got it. Hey, I done been to Candyland. I was trying to get on your level.
Well, D, I'll talk to you soon, man. I appreciate you calling in.
All right, man. Thanks for having me, man. Y'all God bless y'all, man.
God bless you.
Appreciate
D for Auburn, DN. And one thing about D, he can play the piano.
Really?
He can play the piano. He says grandmother or auntie taught him just by hand. He came to the house, and I thought he was lying. He sits there and plays with no music and everything.
Nothing gets the ladies like being able to pull out an instrument and
That's
play.
what I told him.
I hurt people during the week, but hey, watch this.
Oh, there he is right there. He can play the piano.
Oh, my goodness.
My man, D. Fuller. We'll be back with more of the Sports Jock Show right after this.
Ice cold brew.
Ooh, that was a heck of a sack.
Chicken wings? Ice cold brews? Bob, he might want to hit the showers and head to Hooters.
Hooters is your one-stop shop for food, fun, and fantasy football.
Get your very own fantasy football draft kit and keep up to the minute stats with Hooters totally free Wi-Fi.
Great food, great fun, and your very own cheerleaders, the world-famous Hooters girls.
Hooters!
Visit HootersDraftParty.com to book your party.
You are a waste. A loser. Everyone hates you. Why don't you just stay in your car and keep driving? I'm serious. Drive until you run out of gas, then get out of your car and walk until you find someone who doesn't think you're dumber than bricks. Could take a while, but at least all that walking might burn a couple of calories.
You may not witness bullying like this every day. Your kids do. They want to help, but they don't know how. Visit StopBullying.gov to learn safe, simple ways your child can help stop bullying. Be more than a bystander at StopBullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better, and kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
It's not always easy being a dad.
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
What? What do you mean she's not coming?
But it's always worth it.
It's the fairy princess!
It is I, Grooves Zinklebell. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
The traditional light bulb, a groundbreaking invention in 1879. It's time we switch to longer-lasting Energy Star light bulbs. They're more efficient than the old bulbs, like a text message is more efficient than a carrier pigeon. And they cut down on our energy costs. Because in our own groundbreaking age, we deserve a light bulb that saves us some cash. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Energy and the Ad Council.
And now, back to the Sports Jock, Wayne Gant.
Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. I'm the Sports Jock, Wayne Canty. We'd like to thank our man, D. Ford. War Eagle there, D. Ford. Thank you for calling in, fresh off Senior Bowl MVP. For you people that don't understand, winning anything in a game like that is hard. It's harder for a defensive player. They love to give all those kind of awards to quarterbacks, running backs, people like that. So for a defensive player to go out, had a great week of practice, has definitely elevated his game. I love when he said some of the players went home. That it was even true 2 years ago when I was there. Some of the
they had
Kenny, why does that make you laugh?
They had to catch that stagecoach out of there. Look, that next stagecoach is coming at crack of dawn. You better be on it.
Because players coming out of college, going into that pro environment, because the teams are coached by pro teams. Shocking that he said the Jacksonville team had some energy. They didn't have that during the season. But him going out, and it's a stage to perform on. It's not like college. You get 1 or 2 snaps, and either you're going to have success or you're going to fail. And it's that quick. Practices are shorter. Repetitions are shorter as well. There's not a lot of, go back, try it again in the pro game. It's a lot of what can you do right now at this moment. So congratulations to him. Marky was showing me a poll where it seems that game definitely has catapulted him percentage-wise. No later than the second. Could possibly be in the first at this point. The only thing against D is for the position that he plays is a little undersized. So I'm quite sure over the next 2 or 3 months in his conditioning and his preparation,
protein shakes.
He's going to have to show either gain weight or he's going to have to show that he can stand up and play linebacker, because he's in one of those positions like Jarvis Jones.
Yeah, he's in a very fluid position.
Where you were DN in college, now you got to be an outside linebacker. We did that with Weatherspoon here in Atlanta.
Right.
He was a guy that rushed the passer at Missouri, and now he has to stand up. D. Ford might find himself in that same situation. One guy that doesn't have to ever change his position and does it better than most people ever did it was Peyton Manning. And he's still around, and he's still ticking, and he's trying to win his second Super Bowl. Super Bowl 48 is Sunday at 6:30. I'm quite sure some of you are out at Costco's or Sam's. Don't worry about the short line. Sam's is letting people go. So if you're there, just be patient.
Or go to Costco.
Yeah, go to Costco or just go to Target. Well, don't go to Target.
No.
Because they're going to copy your information. Stay out of Target. So I know the sports jock does not go to Walmart.
No.
Hey, how about this? Use cash.
Yeah.
My people would like to laugh at me about the cash. Oh, you spend cash? Yeah, I spend cash. They can't copy cash. They can only take it.
Yeah, they could, but it's called counterfeit, and then they'll get arrested.
But Peyton Manning will be playing this week in snowy New York. They do have the field covered right now, trying to protect it. Reports are like 40% chance of snow. That's not necessarily the problem. The problem is snow melting, the field getting wet. As I said, I think the worse the conditions, the better the Seahawks' chances are. Peyton Manning is the darling of advertising. He is running everything that you see. He's selling you a Buick, and he's selling you Papa John's Pizza. Even one of Hollywood's own, Jeremy Piven, had this to say about Peyton and his takeover of Hollywood.
Jeremy, how's it going, sir? Good. I know you're a huge sports fan. Yeah. I wanted to ask you, did you watch the AFC Championship game?
I did, yeah.
Peyton Manning gets the best offensive line protection. Do you agree? Like, they're dedicated, like, helping the dude out.
Yes.
But, like, you're a Chicago native.
Yes.
I'm sure you know the Bears more than I do. Does the O-line for the Bears not like Jay Cutler?
I think it's, Jay has an amazing arm, and, these guys everyone has a different relationship with their offensive line, Obviously, Peyton Manning really knows what he's doing, and he's also ridiculously funny as well. He's a very, very funny man.
So even in the huddle, he makes a joke or something and keeps it light?
When pro athletes do commercials, directors say, is he a Peyton Manning? In other words, can he think on his feet? Is he funny? Does he have great timing? So he's
improvising.
Yeah, he's a ridiculously talented dude.
Like the Subway commercials or the Papa John's commercials and stuff like that? You just improvising that?
I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say.
I honestly think you're one of the greatest actors of all time.
Thank you,
I just want to let you know, man. I really
that.
do mean that. Next to Lucille Ball, because I love Lucy.
As Jeremy Piven saying that there is a term, Big Kenny Markey, in Hollywood. Is he like Peyton Manning? Can he make adjustments? Can he think on his feet? Peyton, who knew Peyton was going to be this marketable?
Who knew
we knew he was going to be a great quarterback,
yeah.
but who knew that because usually when you think of marketing dollars, you think of some kind of gimmick, or you think of good looks or something like that. Peyton don't have good looks.
Or even an over-the-top personality.
Yes, that's something
he's
that
not
draws
even,
people.
Right, he's not even one of those polarizing figures as far as controversial or super conservative. He's never really taken, the Tebow stance where, he's a super Jesus freak type. But
he's the All-American guy. I mean, he's been involved with SNL since 2007. So, I mean...
And he did some really funny skits on SNL. I mean, because being able to get in front of a camera for a commercial is one thing, but being able to perform live comedy timing is so much different than any other kind of timing in the world. And for him to be able to pull that stuff off, I was super impressed with.
And how much does he benefit from Tom Brady? Because Tom Brady's disposition is kind of like Joe Montana.
More arrogant.
Where I don't really do that kind of stuff. I just play football. And everybody's personality is different.
Yeah.
And when you look at Tom Brady, he's like Joe Montana from the sense that he's not interested in that other
realm.
stuff.
Yeah. He's
You
not
ever
really
think
interested
that?
in the publicity side of it. He's more interested in the sports side of it,
Right.
What he can do. I see him going more towards the sports casting side of it and giving his raw opinion versus trying to make America happy, and doing the commercials and, the franchises and things. And I think Peyton Manning because, he said at the beginning of the season that he didn't know, he did not expect or really think about playing one other season. And he said, I think you should go into every season thinking it's your last.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think especially in the last year, you've seen him branch out a lot in his marketing campaigns because I think he's preparing to exit, whether it's because of another injury, because he has had several injuries in the past few years, or whether it's because he just decides that he wants to leave on a good note after, a potential Super Bowl win. I think he's preparing more for life outside of the stadium, whereas people like Tom Brady, they look at the stadium more as this is my game, this is what I do. After this, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, Tom Brady, even in an interview this past week, was asked how many more years does he see himself playing football, and he said minimum 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And even if he could stick around 10, he would. I don't know right offhand how many years Tom Brady's been in the league, but to see him 5 more years,
this was his 14th year.
Right. So for 5 more years, really? Do you think you can hold out that long, Tom? So I agree with Marky that he sees himself more as just a football personality. Peyton, I also agree that maybe he was thinking, with me getting my neck put together with painters, glue, and duct tape, I might need to start looking at doing some other things to maintain my lifestyle and then to stay in the limelight. A lot of these guys, a la Junior Seau, probably had problems leaving the game because they wanted that adulation. They wanted to be in the spotlight, and without football, they didn't see a way to do that. Peyton now, he can go into movies. He does, comedy on Saturday Night Live. So and I think a lot of products pick him. I'm not sure he picks a lot of the products. The products pick him.
I think he turns down more than he than he picks.
And he seems to he's rise to stardom in a time where his type personality flourishes.
Yeah.
Like nobody really wants you to be beautiful. They don't want you to be overly anything. They want you to be right down the middle of the road.
Regular guy. Regular guy.
Yeah.
Well, whereas sports used to be, or really everything used to be, as we are talking, an edge or look.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything is supposed to be
mainstream.
Papa John's pizza.
Yep.
It's more of, it used to be, can we put snails on the pizza? Can we put caviar? Now people just want a plain pizza.
I think it has a lot to do, in my estimation, with a lot of the social media generation, is with advents of stuff like YouTube and Instagram. Everybody can be a star instantly. So now they want to see themselves reflected in their art.
Yeah. So
back when it used to have to be a super gorgeous model type to be in the movies, now they want to see somebody that sort of looks like them because they want to believe that this is attainable for me as well. And I think
Melissa McCarthy,
exactly.
Things like that. So you start to see people more inclined to follow and honor those that are a little bit more what they would consider the normal regular guy.
Well, Peyton Manning will get his opportunity to try to match his brother Eli. Eli has 2 Super Bowl rings. Peyton is trying to make sure his chair at the table in the Manning house stays in the same position, which is right now right behind Eli, because Archie has no championships. He was just a good quarterback. I wonder what they tell their dad when they just sit there with their rings on.
Shut up, old man.
We'll be back with more of the Sports Jock Show right after this.
Hey, wake up with an NFL star. Visit thesportsjock.com and sign up for our free Monday morning wake-up calls. We'll get you up and get you out at thesportsjoc.com.
Your busy lifestyle demands performance. Energy drinks and shots can be an acquired taste and can cause jitters, crashes, and even stomach discomfort. The new 8-Hour Energy Patch is the natural, sugar, and calorie-free alternative to energy drinks, shots, and